Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my phone to charge. Alright, that should be it. Hello, and welcome back to some game development. Hey, you devil, how's it going? Hope I'm doing good. I cannot tell a lie. I am in a lot of pain. I am very, very sore right now. And I am very tired. And I speedrun having breakfast as well, because I realized I hadn't eaten since like a little bit before noon yesterday, I think. So, I am exhausted. I have an iced coffee though. I'm gonna have that now. Treat myself a little bit. So yeah, I hope weekend was well for everyone. That iced coffee could be better. Anyway, hey, Glad, how's it going? So, since last time, I know the meme is coming, but I'm gonna say this anyway. Since last time, I've gotten some work done. I fixed up a bunch of things, found some bugs, got rid of them, and yada yada yada, right? And then I started working on this, what we see on screen here. What is on screen is the beginnings of the new summon kind of like logic architecture. So you can see here I have a lot of notes towards it. And this is what we've got so far for it. It's not much, and a lot of it is copy and pasted from other locations of the document. Working not on stream, impossible. I know. That never happens. Just never look at any of the art pieces that I work on. Shut up, Windows Update. No, I'm gonna be honest. Today's gonna be a bit of a slow day. It's gonna be a little bit of me showcasing things, talking about things, and then I will get some work done eventually, but I'm not gonna jump right into it, because I'm really not feeling okay jumping right into it at this moment. So one of the major bugs that I did fix, that I didn't notice for ages because I'd changed something in the background, was Ironmouse's alt wasn't working. That was just simply I had forgotten to put a single data point somewhere. If I had a nickel every time Mel said it's going to be a slow day / stream, I'd be rich as fuck. Do I actually say that often? I feel like I don't. I feel like it ends up that way. I don't feel like I often open with the fact that it is that, though. I also tweaked up the UI. You do often say that? I do? Wow. Okay, clearly I'm getting on in years and now starting to have dementia. At least lately, yeah, that's fair, actually. Lately has been very different, right? I've had more doctor visits and more medical things going on. All sorts of stuffs. Alright, let me drag this over. Yo, is that dementia? What are you saying? Is that why all the dementia questions are in purple links? Yeah, so I've cleaned up the UI a little bit. I've given a cue to indicate press Q when it's full. I've made it so it's full properly, and I've also made it so now the alt can only be activated when it's full. So I'm pressing Q right now, nothing's happening. I press Q now, you see that it hit full and now it's recharging again. So that's kind of functioning. I also made it so the health is aligned a little bit better for readability. That, again, these numbers here are not supposed to be here long term though. Right? Like, that's not how I want it displayed. However, for the moment, I think that's adequate. Bow tie? Oh, do you mean the fucking bars? Okay, yeah, fair. I had some spring rolls and now I have a piece of veal between my teeth, so I'm gonna rip out my shirt to get rid of it. Oh, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. I mean, we won't be able to see your HP as a number. I'm tossing up whether or not you will on will. I will say it won't look like that if it will be displayed like that. I know at least in the stats menu you'll be able to see it. I don't know if I'm going to have it in the orb down the bottom though. Because that kind of almost feels like cluttering of information. Especially when we're talking with like hundreds, potentially thousands, and more health. Like, again, keep in mind that, like, the balance of health, I believe, is sitting around 800 is, I think, the average point. With tankier characters going over 1,000 and, like, least, very squishy characters being under. So, I would kinda, like, not like the idea if the numbers are there, but I also would acknowledge that that potentially is desirable by a lot of people. I don't know. Again, it's kind of that argument of like, yeah, but you can see the orb and if it's empty or full, so what more do you really need? Also, hey, VTubers, how's it going? Just a second, I need to respond to something. Alright, there we go. That's me responding. You can look at this and know what you're doing. I mean, I wrote this, right? Like, I'd hope I know what I'm looking at. No, so what we're looking at the moment, and I do kind of want to go through this, because this is the stuff that I wrote off camera. I did a little bit of mining off camera. So this is the summon logic core. So the idea is that I have references list here. Oh, sorry. So this is the owner of the summon, so what player it is, basically. The index, if there is one, for original skill struct. To be able to find it, and there will be searching architecture for that, because, like, for example, if I need to pull a sprite, or I need to pull a damage number, or I need to pull any data from the ability, skill, weapon, whatever, that will be what it uses as a reference point. Then it has the object, which is basically the object that's running this core logic. So it has a self-reference. There'll be a can be hit and health totals. This is under the pretense that some of them might have health. I haven't got any at the moment, I believe, but I know that there was some ideas of it in the future. Movement, related logic stuff. So we've got movements, the base movement speed modifier. This is something that I'll explain a bit better later. Target location, pathing point, pathing grid, grid size. Again, most of this will get explained a little bit further down. Gave it a cooldown core, so it has a cooldown tick down, much like a player does. Obviously, it'll probably be a lot less information inside of that, but I thought it was correct to have the object, like the summon itself having the logic there, instead of having to, like, bounce it to the player, then bounce it back to the, summon. This way, like, as a example, right, if a summon would attack, right, or shoot a bullet, let's use that example. They shoot a bullet. They shoot a bullet every 3 seconds. I would put that in the cooldown thing with a repeating action. And it would be able to do the cooldown tick down inside of the system. Then I have a loose setup for the logics to basically, when I make the object, I can use these as reference points to tell it, hey, you're in the step event, run the step logic, with the step logic arguments. Why is this good? This basically means if there are other additional events that I would like to run inside of these scopes, I can. And it means that I can run them on the object without weirdness going on. It's much easier to modify these values like this than it is to set up a much more daisy-chained event to getting to the object. Then I have some internal logic to what I was talking about a second ago, for example. Here is the grid. So this is basically get the grid, which the grid will grab the tile map, set the grid size based on the size that we put up here, map it out, and then put it into this struct's path system. We have the pathing update, pathing trim, much like how the enemies worked. And in here, it's basically all of the movement speed and pathing architecture, similar to probably what we've shown in enemies before, right? Like, here is the pathing trigger. It's basically the exact same as this. Now, this logic's going to be internally done. However, I'm going to make it so it's something that will be written into step logic. And not guaranteed done, because there are going to be summons that don't move. That will have 0 movement speed. One of the best examples of this is the, I'm not going to actually try and say it off the top of my head, Nyana's weapon. I think it's Nyanomicon or something like that. It summons tentacles to fire bullets, but it does count as summons, and I thought it would be better to handle it like that, long term, because it means that, like, because I do have passives that, like, increase damage based on how many summons you have. Like, out on the field sort of summons. Oh, so that's kind of the TLDR of what I worked on. As you can also kind of tell with it, it's not in action at this stage. Because I have not brought myself to actually doing that. It's just the simplest answer is I've just not been asked to do it yet. Oh. Okay. Now, the priority with the summon architecture is that we're going to be working on and I kind of dislike this as well, we're going to be working on a brand new character again. Much like how we worked on Mume in here, because she had logic that is unique to her, and it made her a really good candidate for the initial process of things. We're also going to be introducing another character because they encapsulate how summons should work the most and lead to the most complexity on how summons are going to work as well. At least at this stage. So, Bao, no. No, not the puppies. The puppies are easy. That's very much like, it's just gonna be even... Like, keep in mind, right, so Fuamoko is a good example of a character that has a summon that actually needs to be somewhat smart. Because one of the things that the Fuamoko twin needs to do, the sister, is she needs to avoid being in a bad spot. She needs to be in a reasonable spot to attack, but she needs to aim to not be in a bad spot, so when you swap, you're not just getting basically put into the enemy, right? I already have a little bit of stuff in place of that in the previous game, but there's a lot more that I could do. No, there is one character that encapsulates this way, way more. So let's start implementing them. Okay. Let's put the assets in the game, shall we? Alright, Fuamoko Smort-ish. I mean, like, that's the general idea, right? Is that it's just literally the sister that you're not playing as won't actively troll the shit out of you. Which I think's like a fair assumption, right? As a player, I think, like, most people would be kind of hoping for something along those lines. I don't have those sprites outputted yet. Like I said, I admire that you know it. It's one of those things of, I would hope that I would know it. Just given the fact that it is my stuff. Have you considered how funny it would be for them to troll you once in a while? I have considered that, I'm not gonna lie. There is a reason why technically the architecture for them originally was designed with the fact that they would give you they would give you an ability that when you would use your ultimate, after doing it, it would like trigger a shockwave effect to knock back enemies. I'm still gonna keep that as a bit of a safety net, because it's also a nice ability to just give to all players, right? Or like all characters. Mr. General, fair assumption. I like that. That's funny to me. I don't know. I'm also pretty sure I don't need to explain what character I'm putting in, right? I'm sure you've all figured it out at this point. The client is lagging. Our favorite AI, exactly. That clips through the stage. You got it because you're on the second monitor and covered by stab blocks, that's fair. Oh, why is this client lagging so much? I literally just can't do anything right now. Nura is the main minion slash summon character. Yeah, she is by far the, like, best example of what we're gonna need to have for, like, the most complex summon architecture, right? I know I'm yawning. I can't stop it. It's happening. Accept it. What am I doing? I don't need to do that. And then splash arts. Do I have an SP push of this? I don't. Like how periods can make okay sound like you're being an asshole. Yeah. Again, it's the fun of the English language, right? Fuck no. Yeah, this is gonna be a whole day like this. Yeah, I'm probably not sticking around for too long. I'm just gonna say that now. What was Neura's weapon getting changed to? Because it got changed, right? Gonna put me to sleep? Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been awake since like 6 PM yesterday, and it is 8 AM now. I feel like I'm doing rather well, all things considered. Throw out a spinning bat, dealing damage along the way. Once it reaches a set distance, it returns towards the player's, to the player, dealing additional damage. Okay. I think you're low on gamer juice. I mean, I'm not drinking, energy drinks right now, because I do want to actually fall asleep at, like, noon today. So I can actually get some sleep. Can you not be awake since, like, you know, that one time yesterday? But it's funny! No, I don't get a choice. This is the timings things get done. Right? Like, this is why I got as much work done on the weekend as I could. Because I'm not going to get much work done during the week. There we go. Yeah, I guess it still has, focus projectile subtypings. I don't want to get too much work done right now, because I know my brain's not working well. Be thankful I'm not streaming tomorrow, because I'd be in a worse state, because I gotta do the exact same thing I did last night, tonight. That's why I'm like, I want to get to sleep, and when I sleep, I'm gonna sleep till, like, the evening, and I'm gonna fucking hate myself. And then I also have appointments. It's because I had an appointment. I did have a doctor's visit yesterday. Had the thing. And I got the thing tonight. Then I've got the meeting tomorrow at midday. Oh. Yeah. My bed looking really nice right now. Even though I literally just, like, downed a fucking iced coffee at the beginning of the stream. Oh, pardon me. Malloth, fuck you. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Love you too. Yeah, actually, I feel like I should explain. The reason I didn't turn up yesterday morning, or for yesterday's time that I normally would, it was because I had a doctor's appointment. I think I mentioned that last week, but I may have failed to do so. So that's why I scheduled this week the way I did. And I scheduled today the way I did, because I knew it was going to be like an hour later that I'd be able to even get to it. He loves me. Yeah, exactly. Now send... No, send dudes. Do you mean send nudes? No, I'm in a battle. I need men. Ugh. There's an Attack on Titan collab with Assassin's Creed? That's weird. I'm not sure I mean, that's just how it all fucking goes, right? Always gets me. It's so fucking good. Send dudes. Do you mean nudes? No, I need men. I'm in a battle. Yeah, basically, yeah. Oh yeah, can we talk about, like, Mataru's new fucking design? Like, holy shit, have you guys seen it? Like, her new outfit? God damn! What's Mataru's new design? It's literally called her evil arc. Let me go to her Twitter and see if I can find, like, a good image of it. Evil Matara. Yeah, it's literally evil Matara. Like, here. This is literally what it looks like.
Please. Do it. Do it.
Oh.
Buy the merch. You must buy the merch. Buy the merch. Buy the merch. Use code MATA at checkout.
Look, I may be in demand mostly at this point, but like, oh.
Big squeeze. Or else no squeezing.
Smash, yes. There you go. Here's the concept stuff for it. Like, they fucking cooked with this. Holy shit. Like, I fucking love this design. I very much love this design. I fucking love it. So yeah, no, I've been enjoying seeing the fan art as well of that. People have been doing some great shit for that. Oh yeah, Buff Pup also got like a really cool new model as well. Like, it's actually been a lot of cool outfits this weekend. But no, that Matara one. Didn't see the Buff Pup one? I'm trying to remember what it's called. Here. This is the new Buff Pup one. It's like, I think it's literally like her working out, sort of, is the idea for the outfit. I think it's literally called like something like Buffed Pup or something. I might be wrong on that one, but it's like, it's basically her in gym wear. And I fucking like it a lot. It looked really nice. Malith, when are you getting a new model? Fucking... That's... I don't know. But yeah, no, there's been a few VTubers that have got, like, new outfits at the moment, which is kind of cool. You were supposed to say yes. I would love to. I would love to get a new outfit. Like, Sayu also got his 3.0 debut done. Like, fuck, everyone's been getting cool outfits again. I mean, I've had this model for a year now. Like, well, I had the free version for a year now, like included if we do that. So it's been a hot minute. I probably should do something at some point, but I don't have the money nor time to sort out a new model, right? Oh, do any of y'all remember a series called Falling Skies? Because, like, I've been recently watching a lot of the highlights from it again, and I've been, like, because I remember watching it on TV way back when. When was it coming out, actually? I feel like it's not that old, but I know that that's wrong. Falling Skies? That's the name of it, right? Yeah, Falling Skies. 2011. Yeah, it's not that long ago. Right? It's only 14 years ago. Old. Shut up. It was a really good show. And I remember not finishing it. I remember tapering off eventually because I kind of stopped watching TV at the time. Because I was like working and shit. Because it was 2011 till 2015 was what I was seeing it finished on or something. Fallen Skies, Wikipedia. So it went from June 2011 to August 2015. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I stopped watching, like, 3-ish seasons in. Because I think it was just, like, I think there was a slight break or something at one point, and it's just that's during that break was when I stopped watching TV. But no, Falling Skies was a hell of a good show. Like, it surprised me. Oh. Okay. But yeah, no, it's literally just a random tidbit of the fact that I've been getting YouTube highlights for it recently and I've been considering rewatching it. I mean, in terms of anime, I've been kind of like intermittent. Partway into watching Children of Shinuichi Shinuji family. The Children of the Shinuji family, which is a really dumb rom-com. I also was watching Betrothed to My Sister's Ex, but I needed to take a break from that one because the writing's a little... Let's get a big grandpa. Fucking don't tempt me. I will just turn off stream and I will go to bed. Do not tempt me. I am fucking this close to falling asleep right now. It's kind of why I wanted today to be like a bit laid back and nothing too serious, because I have the very real fear that I kind of need to go to bed, and I would like to at least make an hour of stream time. Do it, coward. Don't fucking you should know at this point that I will do it. I just would like to meet a bit of a quota. The guilt will gnaw at you later. But you see, there's a problem with that argument. I'll be asleep later. And I won't fucking care. I'll feel like shit in a day or two. And like the next time I stream, I'll definitely make it. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm gonna probably lay this out now. This week's gonna be probably quite terrible for streams. I have a feeling that most streams will be pushed late or cancelled. Just because of something coming up. I'll obviously keep y'all informed, but this week is actually gonna be a rough week. I have a lot of things. Devil help me. You're not winning this fight. But I knew for certainty that I wanted to make sure I got some stream done today, because I got work done over the weekend, and I wanted to like kind of showcase that. I really, really would like to, set up properly for all of this stuff. Mel doesn't have the balls to end stream with my taunting alone. Why do you want me to end stream? Like, I said I'll sleep. I mean, I kind of want to sleep. I just don't understand why y'all want me to end stream. Brother, the bed is right there. It's like a meter and a half away. It would just be so easy to crawl in and just sleep. It's called reverse psychology. I'm trying to make you more alive. That ain't gonna work. I'll be perfectly honest with you. More taunting means I'm more likely to just end on the hour marker. I'm pretty close to wanting to do it anyway. Like, I am half a moment... If it was easier for me to walk right now, I would 100% get up, go get some water, to take some medication that will knock me the hell out. I'm not kidding with you. Sleep on stream? No, I'm not gonna sleep on stream. That'd be awful. Because it's either I go into my bed and curl up and you guys hear and see fucking nothing, or I sleep in my chair and I have a miserable sleep. And 7 minutes, an hour has passed. Oh, trust me, I am looking at the time. I am fucking Dio energy looking in the microwave. 7 seconds have passed. 0. But yeah, quick 6-minute filler go. I don't really have anything that I could fill time with. Right. I mean, we could talk about Magic the Gathering. No, don't let me. Hey, I've been upgrading my Chilean deck. It's really close to being done. A lot closer than I expected. These are the cards I don't own, these are the cards I own in it, and these are the cards that I have copies of and probably aren't in this deck. Don't worry, this deck is only worth $700 US, and I only have nearly $300 US of it, already in here. And yes, that is Aang and Aang. We're gonna talk about what happened on the IML subreddit. I have paid very little attention to it, other than what's been, like, going on my feed. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, if what I've seen is correct, it's just, again, a really good reminder of something that I've even taken to action, and I will take to action in the future. Irregardless of support or actions you take in the past, if the actions you actively take are harmful to either me or other members of the community space that I try and have, anything like that, and you go very much against the grain on it, I will just kick you. So yeah, I again, like, I did have a look through what Devil put, and I also, like, looked into a little bit of it myself. Again, it's unsurprisingly all over Twitter, my Twitter feed. And that's why I say, like, it's just parasocial, weird person shite, again, as per kind of usual. Which I don't like saying it that way, because it makes me feel a little shitty to say it that way. But, yeah, no, it is just someone packing a tantrum, right? I don't know what else to really say. Right, that's just it. And I think this is something that's important for streamers. It's something I even talked about a long time ago. And I've heard a lot of other streamers talk about this, and I do think it's an important thing. When it comes to streaming, right? At the end of the day, a viewer is not more valuable than other viewers, right? Adults are just more capable babies. I do like that argument. But, like, it's just one of those things to try and, like, how do I phrase this best? If there is someone being negative or disruptive, it doesn't matter if you've got only, like, 1 or 2 viewers. If 1 or 2 of those viewers are bad for you or the community you wish to make, there is nothing wrong with getting rid of them. Because simply put, like, there are plenty of places on the internet for them to go. And people, long term, irregardless of your size, you will grow more than you would if you had a negative community. right? Like, if you have 1 or 2 negative members of your community, that's going to keep spreading, and those are the kind of people that it's going to gravitate towards. If you nip that in the butt and you try and keep and maintain a more positive space, you'll get a more positive space, and that's going to be what you kind of foster, and that's what I try and do here. Is I try and be forthcoming with everything, talk about everything. I'm fairly transparent about a lot of things, sometimes to my detriment. Again, like, this is why I don't like talking, like, bringing up certain subjects, because I know I will talk about them, and I feel like shit talking about some of them because I feel like guilt trips. And as a soft reminder, that's something my family would do a lot, and I don't like that. So, yeah, at the end of the day, if you've got a negative person in your community, just kick them out. I give people, like, 1 or 2 attempts, normally. I like to try and give warnings and the benefit of the doubt sort of stuff. But, yeah, no, if you're going to actively be negative in some capacity, there is no excuse for that. Simply put, if you're going to act like a bigot, you get treated like a bigot. I'd like to be inconsiderate and guilt trip you into going to bed. Look, give it a couple more minutes, we'll get there. But yeah, no, I think that's actually a really important thing to kind of keep in mind. We even had a situation like that in our community in Sense at one point, over on the Discord, right? We had an individual that was causing problems, being hyper negative, and it wasn't even, like, everyone thought it was a joke, initially. And then people looked at it and was like, oh, it's not. This is a person just being really negative. And the worst part is that that person tried to make an argument of, oh, when I get like that, just let me be like that, it'll wear out. And I simply put, that is not an excuse. You have to take responsibility for the actions that you have taken. And the responsibility is that you're going to get banned. If you think in any way that that's going to change, no. Yeah, he threatened a lot of things, and basically, simply put, I told him seek help. And that's very much my only thing, because, like, this is the thing, at the end of the day, I can't actually take any action if someone says something like that. I did actually report them to Discord. And simply put, that's the thing, is I reported them to Discord with the tag saying, hey, this person threatened self-harm and negative actions to other people. That's a serious offense, and fun little reminder, that's actually considered a crime in almost every country. And this is kind of one of those moments where I feel like the internet has helped desensitize people to understanding the consequences of their own actions. Because realistically speaking, if I went up to someone in real life and threatened violence or violent action upon them, I would be arrested. So why is it different on the internet? Oh, well, it's because it's an idle threat. No, it's still a threat. And a threat can be acted upon by the police. You can and will be reported for these sorts of things. And from our side to just clean it. Yeah, no, I think that was a fair action to take, was just kind of like clean up everything and just go like, this is not... Again, this is kind of an example of this is stuff I don't like in any space of my community. There are very few things I feel like I'm gonna be putting my foot down on overall. But, like, I steer away from things, right? Like, we've talked before how I like to steer away from politics. is a great example. It's not that I'm against potentially political discussions, it's that I don't like talking politics because no matter what, if you talk about national or international politics in a kind of governmentary sense, you are asking for someone to get butthurt about it, and it is one of the best ways to accidentally antagonize individuals. So regardless of like how I may approach it, it potentially could be perceived quite negatively by people. And I just can't be asked dealing with that. I'll keep my political opinions and beliefs for the most part to myself and to the groups of friends that I have and people I talk with about that. Because that's not what this channel is either. This channel is fucking video games and Magic the Gathering and anime. Right? Like, it's pretty much the main stuff. So, why would I introduce politics? What the fuck? It's also why I kind of, like, soft avoid talking about, drama stuff as well, right? Many a times we've talked about it, in given the situation of, like, how if I talk about drama, I tend to talk about it in an educational sense, where it's like, hey, this happened. How would you, like, how should potentially this be avoided? Or how can we learn from this situation? More than, like, someone did something wrong. Because people fuck up all the time! God, I fuck up on a daily basis by, like, many margins. Right? And that I do not bring them up because we gather and play in D&D and not talk about my opinion on reproductive organs. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it doesn't really, in a sense, I think it's great to acknowledge, hey, for example, I have these opinions. These are opinions I will keep to myself. Because there is really no reason to talk about them. Because if I bring these up in any capacity, I'm gonna potentially, like, cause problems. But are you gay, though? I mean, men are hot, I'll just say that. But I also made very many noises about Matara earlier, so, like... God, I feel like I'm getting close to the point where it's that energy of like, do you like tall women or short women? Men. Like... We need to have you do sexuality tests on the internet for memes one day. You know what? I'm down for that. Remind me at some point on, like, a creative stream or something. Surely we can set aside the time for that. Anyway, I have met my hour quota that I wanted. I didn't even really talk about the magic stuff. I actually just flicked that up for a moment and we got into a much more serious discussion. And suddenly asked me about the type and I just say woman. Yeah. Oh, again, I'm fully, like, bi, and I just don't really care. Okay, it doesn't help that I have, like, no interest in dating at this point, right? So, when I look at someone for any form of appeal, it's like... There. Right? Like, that's... I don't mean that in a negative way, by the way. Again, like, I find, Matara, both IRL and her model, absolutely gorgeous, and I think she's an amazing person. Am I, like, going, I want to date her? Fuck no. No interest in dating. What about marriage? Can we stage skip? No. Because that's partly a reason why I don't want to look at dating, right? Again, it's in an unjoking sense, I had such a negative reaction and feeling and experience with my ex-fiancé. I'm actually really content not getting into a romantic relationship anytime soon, eh? That's why I was very, like, how do I break it to the person that gave me their number the other, like, week? That I'm, like, not really interested in that sort of stuff. But, like, in a way that's, like, it's not that I'm not interested in you, it's that I'm not interested in, like, the concept of it. Right, I don't... Yeah, you told us, yeah. I mean, I've mentioned it a couple of times. It's because it just keeps brought up, and really... It's a scar that I'm not going to be able to forget, so it gets brought up when the topic steers that way. That's why it's like, it's this weird thing of, in a sense, I'm like aromantic, but it's like, I didn't used to be. I just kind of am as a result of events. Right? Which I probably wouldn't be surprised if that's also the case for a lot of aromantics. I'd be curious. Hi, Sweeb. Do you want to hear some really fun news? I'm fucking ending the stream now. Because I'm exhausted and it's only been an hour. Because, yeah, anyway, I am actually going to finish up here. Because I do want to have some, more fluid intake and medication. Because that'd probably be wise. I'm glad I kind of got to show off roughly what has been worked on, at the moment, just as an indication of, like, I am actually really trying to take this quite seriously, and I would really like to get a massive bit of progress done in the very near future with it. I have plans. Fucking 1 hour long stream. I know. I feel like shit for it, but also I feel like shit if I'm gonna feel worse if I don't, I think. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is actually starting to go as well. Yeah. So, with that all being the case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome. Stay awesome. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.